morning, guys. I just made it to work. It is a nice early 6 a.m. up here in Central Florida. It's been a really cold kind of day, and it gets cold in the warehouse a little bit. I find it really important to try to make the workplace a comfortable and welcoming spot for my employees. So stopped by Costco yesterday, and we're gonna fill up their fridge with a bunch of seed oil goodies. I know that this isn't the healthiest food in the world, but although I like to eat healthy and we sell healthy products, my employees just prefer to drink Coke and have ice cream, and it's all about making them happy. So on the itinerary today, we're doing a variety of things. Today's Thursday. Usually on Thursday, I don't come to the warehouse. But just here for some quick content. We are going to Winter Park. I'm sure, I don't know when this vlog will come out, but we're opening up a store in Winter Park, and we're gonna go over there to check on the construction of the build out. We're going to film a lot of content. We're going to do our first Valentine's Day skits. We're going to do a day in the life kind of style vlog, as you can see. It'd be really fun to just get these rolling again. I feel like every day in building this business, the things that I deal with, it feels like a TV show, and I just want to start capturing that stuff and sharing it with all of you. Who says that my employees don't eat healthy? Look. You know what this is? I don't know what liverwurst is. Looks like cat food. Let's check in on the employees in the warehouse, see what's going on today, and then we can go. So we recently did a big move of the placement of some of our operations. So fulfillment, meaning what we pack, the area where we pack your orders and send out, that used to be here. Used to be here, used to be a little bit over there. It felt very cramped and kind of claustrophobic, especially as we started coming up with new products. During Black Friday, we could only fit 3 people working here when we could have used 5 at some point. Our logic with putting it here was this door is where we receive and where stuff gets sent out of. So I thought, oh, it'd be, you know, quick from here to the door and then onto you. But it was messing kind of everything up. So we moved it over here now. Took like a full day of moving around, but we really like how it's coming out. I think the fulfillment people also love it, and it's just much more comfortable. There's a little bit of space to kind of expand as well, and you know, no big deal. We just wheel these Gaylords full of orders out through the door. So now what's gonna be over there is these racks that you see here, so we can start holding excess bulk inventory, because currently it's all the way in the other side of the warehouse, and it just kind of takes up space. It eats at the room that we could have for production. Our local box supplier got married, and they've been a great partner to work with. Boxes like these, so we're sending out a little gift for their happy union. A cool straddle saw. This is, after we put the pallet racking up, we can now, let me show you. Hi, this is fun. This thing should pay for itself within like a year because we do a lot of liftgate deliveries. Liftgate deliveries are when the truck comes with a platform in the back that is able to come down to the floor, and those deliveries cost more. Most companies use forklifts or straddle staggers to unload the delivery from the truck. So that costs like $50 per delivery. We're sending stuff to Sprouts. We're receiving drums of oils and other things on pallets on a weekly basis. So it is gonna pay for itself pretty quickly. That's how I was able to justify that purchase. And now it allows us to buy totes and even more drums. When you buy multiple pallets, you get a little bit of a discount. And we had nowhere to store it, which we will now with those pallet racks on the wall over there. This is an unfortunate area of the warehouse. These are our short bars that did not make our advertised weights, and rather than throwing them out, we do give a lot of it away, but we also need to make money off it because the money went into making it. So we sell them at a discount here and there. We use them strategically for promotional efforts, and soon enough I am going to start offering them for free plus shipping, just in an effort to kind of reduce what we have here and to acquire new customers. Acquiring a new customer is much more expensive. That's because to acquire new customers, usually you do that through ads, and ads cost money to run. Not to mention the effort that goes behind an ad. You want it to be engaging, you want it to convert people, and now you're putting money behind that. So this will be a good way to introduce people, new people, to our soap. All you have to do is pay for shipping, you get a free bar of soap, and then we will most likely have that customer for life after they use our product and realize that it really is amazing. This is another unfortunate thing. So this is our first winter in this new warehouse, and this winter in particular was very cold in Florida. We had snow in Florida. We had frost and ice, which is just crazy. I've never experienced that in my whole life living here. And the cold affects soap. Soap likes to be hot, it likes to be kept warm, it likes to work in temperatures over 100 degrees. And we work on metal tables, we work on plastic, we work on a steel pot tipper. All of those metals and plastic got really cold. And when we started to mix our oils and lye and work with those materials, that cold really, I guess, it lowered the temperature down significantly, and it yielded a soap that's no good. Come take a look here. So this was poured less than 24 hours ago. Still, at this point, they should be solid, and this is not. And this is not salvageable either. We poked a hole in here earlier, and all of this liquid just kind of pulled out. That's probably a mix of water, some unsaponified oils, as well as glycerin. And it's unfortunate this we can't cut and sell to you at a discount. We have to just toss this out. But that's the price of manufacturing things yourself. We're not professional. We're professionals to a degree, but we're still learning on the fly. It's a costly lesson to learn. A slab costs about $100 and something to make. So to lose out on over $300 here, it sucks, but that's also the price to pay. We've been paying that price every single week that we've been operating. It's my first time being a business owner. It's all of our first time making soap, but we just kind of take it on the chin. We're still happy. We're still happy to be here and try again. And that's really like the most important part, is to not let these things bring you down. The first time that I ever made soap, back in that small kitchen apartment in Los Angeles, the first attempt didn't go well at all. I used an aluminum spoon. It was an heirloom from my wife, passed down from her grandmother. You can't mix aluminum with lye. It ate up the spoon. It just completely like ripped it up. It was putting fumes up in the air. We stopped. We called it a day. Second attempt, it took 20 minutes of mixing. We were using a little small immersion blender. Right now it takes us about 2 to 5 minutes of mixing to make soap. I was out in the kitchen for 20 minutes. At minute 15, I was thinking, this is not working, I'm just gonna stop. For whatever reason, I just kind of kept sitting there. Maybe, I can't recall where my head was at the time, but I was probably thinking, what am I gonna do if this doesn't work? What's next? And it turned out to work. We made our first batch and it's been history since. But that was a moment where it was a very fragile time in my confidence, and Healthy Soul hadn't even existed then. We didn't have a name for it. We were just making soap and we were gonna sell it. And if I let the length of time kind of get in the way of my effort, and just I accepted defeat then and there and past it, that we wouldn't have any of this. So it's good to take risks when you don't have that much on the line, when you are probably younger, when you don't have a family, when you are still figuring it out. It's a very good time to take risks and not be disappointed at all whenever it fails. Whenever we have a failure, whenever I make a mistake, I welcome it, because I know that I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to learn from this, and that's just going to mean that tomorrow I'm a better version of myself, and that's why I think mistakes are welcome. Hey Nick.
Hey Matthew.
With what's the learning lesson you think from that batch?
So two big things is to warm up the pot that we mix the soap in, so that because the metal is such a good conductor, it acts like a heat sink, and basically the cold in the air pulls the heat away. And the first thing to get solidified is the tallow, and while we're mixing, it can create a false trace where we think that it's emulsified, but it's not. So warming up the tipping pot before mixing, and then just mixing longer to ensure that the soap is actually emulsified with the lye, and so it can actually spawn.
So, knowing that, what are you going to do different next time?
Actually, I did it yesterday, and these beauties came out.
See? And you didn't know, you wouldn't have known to done that unless you went through it.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So, Nick is a better version of who he was earlier this week because of this mistake, and he didn't cry about it and go home and just not figure it out. He figured it out, as you can see. So that's why mistakes are a very welcoming learning experience that you should take humbly and happily. Like they're just kind of gearing up for a day of soap production. That involves breaking down the molds from the previous day. So soap was poured here. It's been about a day. It's solid. We're gonna unscrew these, take the paper out, as you can see, and stack them. I believe we let them sit for a day. I'm not sure if that's changed, but a soap cutter will later come, got those slabs and cut them into bars. And we then line the molds with more of this paper. This is just freezer paper. One side is laminated with this film that we put, that's what we pour the soap on so we can easily peel. This is a pretty this is probably the most time extensive part of our production process, because it takes about 5 minutes to line a mold. And of course we're gonna clean the molds, as you can see right behind it. We put it in that blue cart. And later when the soap cutter is done, he will bring and wheel towers of curing soap into the curing room. So this is where most of our inventory is housed. Actually, I'd say about half of it. I'll show you the other half. But here the soap sits for way past a month. So the thing with curing, we've found out that the lye dissipates from the bar within like 3 days of it being cut. What's left is moisture, and that moisture makes for a softer bar that doesn't last as long, but it's safe to use. The longer you let it cure, the more moisture is drawn out, and ideally 4 weeks is a good enough time to get most of the water out so that you have a very hard bar. But I think we are in, this is October 15th. this tropical smoothie was made. So this is curing for almost 4 months at this point. It's rock solid. It still holds its scent really well. And I mean, this one bar is probably gonna last like two months with how like solid and dry it is. And the reason why it's been here for 4 months is because we kind of, with our small team, we box as needed. We need to get ahead on other areas of inside the warehouse. So if we don't need a tropical smoothie, if it's not selling that much, we just kind of let it continue to cure until we absolutely need to box it. But yeah, about 80% of what's in here can probably be boxed. This is our laundry detergent soap, and we are definitely, by the time this video comes out, we're still months from launching this product. But it's meant to be the first tallow laundry detergent. So this is a different recipe. It's only tallow and coconut oil. It's a little more white. We do use a RBD coconut oil, so it's a little bit more refined. One, because it'll make for a better soap that's meant for laundry, and two, it's more affordable. And the process for this is kind of like, that's like rock solid. Can't rip it. But these will get grinded, and then it will get blended and then mixed with the rest of our salts and enzymes that will make our laundry detergent. This is where that other half of the inventory and cash is sitting. It's in these shelves as finished product. Bar soap, liquid soap. In the back we have bombs, but this is where soap boxing occurs, right here in this corner. This is also the area where, moving forward, when we have new employees, this is where they will first work. I think it's a good kind of flow, getting them familiar with our product, giving them a job that's kind of straightforward, but are still standards to reach. Testing accuracy and efficiency before moving them on to other areas in the warehouse that just require a little bit more experience and effort. But the fulfillment people are doing the thing. They're packing orders. They're here early. We try to get out about 300 orders every day. That's kind of all. We're missing 1 or 2 people left to come in today for to work, and that's really like the operation that goes on here. It's nothing really new. It's kind of like the same 10 things that happen on a daily basis or a weekly basis, but my days look a little different. I come here 2 to 3 times a week. I meet with my management team. I just take a look around. I've been very disconnected from what goes on. When it used to just encompass my life, where I would wake up in the same room where soap was being poured, or I would eat out of the same kitchen where we were heating oils for soap production later. I was working out in the same garage where I would pack orders and ship out to you. And now I'm very blessed to be in a position where I can kind of step away from that, allow others to help me there, and I can focus on other things. So yeah, I usually leave here pretty early. I do leave around 8 or 9, and I head over to Winter Park, a beautiful community where I get to just continue my work, as well as currently overseeing the operations at the store and the build out of the store. And we're very excited about that. This vlog has kind of turned into, because I'm sure there's a lot of content up to this point, and we're only at the warehouse. My day doesn't end. It's only like 8 a.m. It's not even 8 a.m. now. But we'll show you the rest of the day as well. So I'll see you in a bit.